Hi, I'm Colin, and one of my favorite things to do is to go to the farmer's market and find something that I don't know what I'm going to do with and challenge myself with something that I have no idea how to prepare. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, hello, welcome. I usually post videos every Wednesday where I make some overly elaborate food project. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, go ahead and subscribe. So tomorrow morning is Saturday, so I'm going to head over to the market with my family and see if there's something I can pick up to challenge myself this week. So I just got back from the farmer's market and I picked up a bit of an unusual ingredient. I imagine if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know what's in this bag. So I picked up some chrysanthemum flowers. And I just saw these in a basket sitting there from one of the vendors and I was like, I should try that. So I don't know what I'm gonna make with these yet. I gotta look up something cool. Ooh, I'm making a cocktail called the Floral Old Fashioned. So this recipe actually calls for dried chamomile flowers, but obviously I have chrysanthemums, so I'm gonna try it with these. And it calls for dried flowers, and these are obviously not dry, so I think I'll put these in the dehydrator overnight to dry them out. I don't know if the dried nature of the flower will affect the final flavor or not, but I don't want that to be a factor that limits the final product. And then I think I'm also gonna take a portion of these flowers and make some super pretty garnishes for our cocktail. All right, here we go. So this cocktail requires some things to set overnight, so I got started making garnishes, which were some floral ice cubes. Now you think this would be as simple as just putting flowers and water in an ice cube tray and then freezing it overnight. But when I pulled the cubes out the next morning, I realized all of the flowers had just floated up to the top and they were only on one side of the cube. Next time I'm feeling real extra, I'm going to fill the tray in 3 different stages so I can distribute the flowers evenly throughout the cube. And speaking of being extra, yeah, I added the flowers to a dehydrator and let that sucker run on the lowest setting overnight to dry out the flowers. The next morning I got up and plucked off all the petals. Making the syrup was as easy as making a 1-to-1 sugar to water concoction and adding a few tablespoons of the dried flowers. I heated and stirred that until all of the sugar was dissolved, and I allowed that to completely dry before transferring that to a storage vessel. That's it. And it was time to try a cocktail way too early in the morning on a Sunday. All right, let's give this a taste. Ooh, that's yummy. Yeah, that hits the spot. It's very simple and understated, but those floral notes really come through. It just tastes like a solid old fashioned with a floral bouquet on top. It's the classic you know and love, plus a little something extra. It's delicious. Yeah, this is definitely going to be added to the roster of I always want to make drinks. Thanks so much for joining me as I made this cocktail today. It was fun for me. I hope it was for you. So if you like this, go ahead and give me a like down below or leave me a comment. And please subscribe. It'd help me out a lot. And until next time, cheers.